There is a very fair truth that fashion rarely says out loud. Not every garment is meant to make a woman look better. Especially when entering middle age, the body changes. The waist becomes fuller, the hips widen, the upper arms soften, and the figure is no longer as neat and compact as before. This is completely normal and not a flaw. However, choosing the wrong dress can instantly make one look heavier, shorter, older than their real age, and cause a loss of natural confidence. Many women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s still dress out of old habits, personal feelings, or follow advertising claims such as figure flattering, belly hiding, or looks good on everyone. As a result, a dress that seems safe on the surface can turn into a betrayer, exposing exactly the parts of the body the wearer most wants to conceal. This article is not meant to criticize body shapes, nor does it promote forcing oneself to lose weight. On the contrary, it serves as a very clear guide to help middle-aged women with fuller figures avoid dress styles that make the body look bigger, shorter, and heavier. When you avoid the wrong styles, you are already halfway to looking better. The rest is simply choosing the right silhouette that truly suits you. Tight-fitting bodycon dresses. One of the most misleading dress styles for overweight middle-aged women is the tight-fitting bodycon dress. Many people believe that fitted dresses create curves and make the body look slimmer and more attractive. In reality, this is only true for figures with balanced proportions, a flat stomach, and relatively narrow hips. For bodies that have begun to store fat around the waist, lower abdomen, and back, bodycon dresses offer almost no room for forgiveness. When wearing a tight dress, all attention is drawn directly to the stomach area. Even with shapewear or conscious stomach tightening, the thin, clinging fabric still reveals every fold. The hips and thighs appear larger because there is no drape to balance the body's proportions. Exposed upper arms further add to the heavy overall look. Another often overlooked issue is that tight dresses tend to make the wearer appear shorter. When the fabric stretches horizontally, visual height is noticeably reduced. The wearer may also feel constricted and uncomfortable, especially when sitting for long periods or moving frequently. At middle age, beauty does not lie in displaying curves at all costs, but in harmony, softness, and elegance. Tight-fitting bodycon dresses go completely against this principle. They do not make you look younger or slimmer, but instead exaggerate the natural changes of the body. Straight, unwaisted shift dresses. It may sound contradictory, but straight shift dresses with no waist definition are among the worst choices for overweight middle-aged women. Many assume that if a dress is not tight, it will not reveal the stomach. But the reality is the opposite. A straight dress that falls from the shoulders without any waist emphasis makes the body look like a box. When the waistline is undefined, the eye automatically measures the widest part of the body, usually the stomach or hips. The result is a figure that looks much larger than it actually is. This style is especially unfavorable for women of shorter height. Straight dresses disrupt body proportions, eliminate the illusion of long legs, and make the overall silhouette look shorter. When combined with stiff or thick fabrics, the heavy effect becomes even more pronounced. Another drawback is that straight shift dresses often appear sloppy and unpolished. At middle age, neatness and refinement matter far more than simple coverage. A dress that fails to enhance body proportions can unintentionally diminish the mature elegance and grace that middle-aged women naturally possess. Multi-layered flared dresses. Wide, multi-layered flared dresses are often associated with femininity, softness, and flow. However, for overweight middle-aged women, they can be a dangerous visual trap. When the skirt is constructed with many layers, heavy pleats, or excessive volume, all visual weight is pushed to the lower half of the body. This makes the hips and thighs appear significantly larger than they really are. If the waist is not handled skillfully, flared dresses can also make the abdomen look more pronounced, especially when sitting or moving. Another issue is that multi-layered flared dresses often create a false sense of lightness. Instead of appearing airy, the wearer looks swallowed by fabric. This effect becomes more obvious with large prints, bright colors, or thick materials. Flared dresses also tend to make the wearer look shorter, particularly when the length is not carefully chosen. Body proportions are broken. The upper body appears shorter and the lower body heavier. The necessary balance is lost. Dresses made from shiny or thick fabrics. Fabric choice plays a major role in whether a dress flatters the figure. For overweight, middle-aged women, shiny or thick fabrics are best avoided. Shiny fabrics reflect light, making every contour of the body more visible. The stomach, hips, and thighs are highlighted, appearing larger and heavier. Even well-designed dresses are difficult to rescue when the fabric itself works against the body. Thick, stiff, or non-draping fabrics cause the dress to hold its shape horizontally, increasing the sense of bulk. When the body already has fullness, adding thickness through fabric only makes the overall look heavier. Additionally, thick and shiny fabrics often feel stuffy and uncomfortable, especially for middle-aged women who are more sensitive to heat. This discomfort directly affects posture, presence, and confidence. Dresses with large, high-contrast patterns. Patterns are a double-edged sword in middle-aged fashion. Dresses with large prints, bold motifs, or high-contrast colors are rarely good companions for fuller figures. Large patterns draw attention to the surface of the fabric rather than the silhouette. The larger the pattern, the larger the body appears. Strong color contrasts break the body into multiple visual blocks, destroying the continuity needed to create a slimming effect. For middle-aged women, overly bold patterns can also feel visually chaotic and lacking in refinement. Instead of appearing youthful, they often make the outfit look less elegant and more aging. Above-the-knee dresses. Above-the-knee dresses are often seen as symbols of youth, but they are not always appropriate. For overweight, middle-aged women, short dresses easily expose the thighs and knees, areas that are often no longer firm. When too much of the lower body is revealed, visual weight is pulled downward, making the wearer appear shorter. Fuller thighs and less toned knees become unintended focal points. Short dresses can also give off an impression of immaturity, conflicting with the elegant image many middle-aged women aim to project. Low-waist dresses. Low-waist dresses are nearly a forbidden style for fuller figures at any age, and they are especially unflattering for middle-aged women. When the waistline is lowered, the entire abdomen is clearly exposed. A low waist elongates the upper body and shortens the lower body, destroying natural proportions. The stomach and hips become the center of attention, making the wearer look larger and less refined. This style also tends to carry a youthful aesthetic that does not align with mature elegance. Rather than appearing younger, the wearer often looks out of place, and lacking sophistication. Dressing well in middle age is not about chasing trends or hiding the body at all costs. It is a process of understanding your figure, knowing which limits to avoid, and recognizing which strengths to highlight. Simply staying away from dresses that work against you opens the door to a neater, more elegant, and more confident appearance. Body changes are natural and worthy of respect. The right fashion does not turn you into someone else, but helps you become the most beautiful version of yourself at this stage of life. When you dress correctly, you not only look better in the eyes of others, but also feel lighter, more comfortable, and more confident with every step you take.